Hello, good day. Today we're gonna discuss about the one of the jovian planet in our solar system, and it is the planet Saturn. Saturn is categorized as one of jovian planet. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun. It was discovered by Galileo Galilei in early 1600s. Since its discovery, Saturn continues to fascinate astronomers from all over the world. Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system after Jupiter. It is so unlike Earth that it is sometimes referred to as a jewel of the solar system. Also, Saturn is named after the god Saturnus, the god of agriculture and harvest. Hello! Continue watching for the appearance, characteristic, composition, and moons of the planet Saturn. I am Kirk.y. Thank you.
Planet Saturn is a gas giant which made up of mostly hydrogen and helium, which is also the two main components that make up the Sun. This is the only planet in our solar system whose average density is less than water. So imagine how light planet Saturn is. That this giant gas planet could float in a bathtub if such a colossal thing existed. Its size is about big enough to hold more than 780 Earths. So imagine how big planet Saturn is. It's about 95 times Earth mass. It has overall hazy yellow-brown appearance. Saturn may seem blanketed with clouds that appear as faint stripes, jet streams, and storms. And when it may seen in the telescope in its spacecraft images is actually a complex of cloud layers decorated by many smooth-scale features. It took shape when the rest of the solar system formed about 4.5 billion years ago. And when gravity pulled swirling gas and dust in to become this gas giant, which is the Saturn, where about 4 billion years ago, this planet settled into its current position in the solar system, where it is the sixth planet from the Sun. Did you know that planet Saturn have no true surface? Because this is mostly swirling gases and liquids deeper down. The spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Saturn, so it is difficult to the spacecraft to land in the planet Saturn. It is not the only planet to have rings, truly massive and stunningly beautiful with its rings, that made the planet unique among the other planets. Adorned with a dazzling system of icy rings that made up of chunks of ice and rocks. Has the largest ring spans up to 200 times the diameter of the planet. So how wide the ring of the planet Saturn? And when it's viewed through even a small telescope, this planet encircled by its magnificent rings. The rings are thought to be pieces of comets, asteroids, and shattered moons that broke up before they reached the planet. So those pieces of comets, asteroids, shattered moons, so before they reach the planet, they will form into the ring of the planet. So this planet has divided into E to G. So those planets of the ring of the Saturn has divided into 1 to 7 rings, that each ring orbits at a different speed around the planet, which they're named alphabetically in the order they were discovered. So those rings are relatively close to each other, with the exemption of a gap measuring 2,920 miles or 4,700 kilometers. The main rings are A, B, and C, while D, E, F, and G rings are fainter and more recently discovered.
Now let's talk about the characteristics of the planet Saturn, the sixth planet. Saturn is the second largest planet in our solar system, with Jupiter being the largest. You can easily identify Saturn because of the large, beautiful ring surrounding it. So Saturn is the only planet in our solar system that has rings that are visible with a simple telescope. So take note that we can observe the ring of the planet Saturn with only simple telescopes, while other planets like Uranus and Neptune have ring, but it requires powerful telescope to see them. Saturn rings are not solid but actually made up of rocks, ice, and dust. It is wide and flat, so scientists believe that the ring may have formed from the comets, asteroids, or even moons collided apart by Saturn's gravity. Twice every 29.5 years, the great planet Saturn, or known as the jewel of the solar system, appears ringless. So here is the picture, a dramatic example of now you see them, now you don't. Saturn is very far from the Sun. It is about 1.4 billion kilometers away. So as a result, its orbit is extremely slow. It takes a long time to travel around the Sun. 1 year on Saturn is the same as 29 years on Earth. Despite its low orbit, Saturn rotates extremely fast. Its spins rotate much more quickly than the Earth does. So instead of rotating once every 24 hours, Saturn day lasts 11 hours. So 1 day in Saturn is equivalent to 11 Earth hours. So Saturn is a gas giant. So just like Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune, although it is made up of gases, many scientists believe that in the center of the planet there is a hard rocky core down there. So there's no surface in there. We cannot stand on Saturn. It is not like Earth because it is made mostly of gases. It has helium, same kind of a gas that you put in balloons. Saturn is the least dense planet in our solar system. That means Saturn would float in the water. So the moons of Saturn are just interesting as itself, composed of 82, with Titan being the largest. So let's talk about the moons of the planet Saturn.
The composition of the planet Saturn. Saturn is the second largest of the 8 planets, and it is about 10 times as wide as Earth. Despite its size, planet Saturn is actually the lightest planet. It is predominantly made up of gases, the hydrogen and helium. And because of its particular gas composition, Saturn is the only planet that has less dense than water. If the planet were placed on an innermost ocean, it would be able to flow. The Saturn gaseous makeup means that it is no through surface. Therefore, the planet Saturn composed of gaseous atmosphere. The center of it has a dense core of molecular hydrogen, metallic hydrogen, ice and rocky materials, but it has no actual land mass. Instead, it has most made of gases, liquid and yellow ammonia crystals that swirl around planet creating cold cloud and storm. The average distance of planet Saturn from the Sun is 1.4918 billion kilometers. It has the radius of 58,232 kilometers and its surface area is 42.7 billion square kilometers. The planet Saturn takes only 10 hours and 42 minutes to complete its rotation, but it takes 29 years to complete its orbital revolution. The core temperature is 11,700 degrees Celsius and it has 62 moons. The giant Saturn contains many of the same components as the Sun, but Saturn radiates heat into space 2 times more than it receives from the Sun. This is Roslyn Byron Ticket reporting the composition of the planet Saturn. Thank you and God bless. Love lots. Mwah.
Moons of Saturn. The gas giant planet Saturn has a large group of 82 moons. It has 53 confirmed and 29 awaiting confirmation of discovery and official naming. It also has the largest, most complex, and best known ring system in our solar system. Moons of Saturn. Titan. Titan is Saturn's largest moon and the only moon in the solar system known to have clouds, a dense atmosphere, and liquid lakes. Titan is also larger than the planet Mercury. Rhea. Rhea is the second largest moon of Saturn and the ninth largest moon in the solar system. Rhea's rotation and orbit are locked together just like Earth's moon so that one side always faces Saturn. Did you know, guys, that there are some of Saturn's moon are odd? Here are the examples. Just like a giant crater on Mimas makes it look like the Death Star from the Star Wars movies. Mimas also is the smallest and innermost of Saturn's major moons. The next one is what we called Iapetus. It's quite dark on one side and very bright on the other. Because of its odd coloration, it's been called the yin and yang of the Saturn moons. Hyperion. Hyperion is shaped like a garbage can. It is distinguished by its irregular shape, its chaotic rotation, and its unexplained sponge-like appearance. It was the first non-round moon to be discovered. Next this is what we call Prometheus and Pandora moon. Prometheus and Pandora are called the shepherd's moon because they herd particles into Saturn's F-ring. There are medium-sized moons of Saturn. These are Rhea, Dione, Thetis, Enceladus, Janus, and Epimetheus. And before our end, some of Saturn's moons are icy moons. Most of the others are small moons, which are basically large rocks in space. So some stories from old myths include characters that some of Saturn's moons were named after as what you have observed by their names. And that's all. Thank you for listening. I'm Jamaica Jazel Buzmian reporting Moons of Saturn.